Good morning, you guys. I'm only on here for a few minutes. I'm gonna wait for you all to start getting the notifications. I see one person. I had a long night. A long night. But I feel good. Hey Lucille, the Black Barbie, James. Um I'm waiting for other people to get the notifications. Jay, new to you. Jerome, Daryl. She said the KC Chiefs. I think I got it. Who am I gonna go? I don't know who I want to go with. I don't know. I'm just waiting for others to get the notification. Oh, I might do this. The copycat Mexican pizza, because I was gonna do tacos today. My cousins are gonna come over. I just ain't gonna put a lot of liquor out because then they ain't gonna want to leave. But I was gonna do um, turkey tacos, grilled chicken tacos, rotel tacos, and I got some taquitos or whatever in there, but I probably could have made them homemade. But I just got a box. I put them in the oven. But everything else would be homemade. But as far as what team I'm going for, I don't even know. Hey, Kansas City Chiefettes. Ronald, he said, bang, bang, Niners gang for sure. Okay, I hear you. So I'm not gonna be on here long. Tacos don't take long to cook, and then grilled chicken don't take. For some reason, I've been having the taste for like everything grilled. Even like when I do my spaghetti, and I ain't had spaghetti in a while. But when I do my spaghetti, I only buy ground chicken and ground turkey. It's something about ground beef now. I ain't gonna lie, we'll eat a hamburger, but it's something about ground beef that I just I don't want it. I don't really buy it either. When you eat turkey and you eat chicken, it's a lot lighter. And I love ground chicken and spaghetti. I really do. But I like to cook it on the grill and put it in the spaghetti. The flavor is so good. I'm talking about the meat. So um I saw the Rotel tacos. Y'all know I be sharing a lot of different foods and stuff on my Real Talk with Tamara Facebook page. So y'all make sure y'all go. And then I have an Instagram, but I don't log into Instagram like that unless I'm trying to lurk or something. But I'm old school. Like my Facebook is hooked up to my Facebook like page is hooked up. I get the notifications on my phone. So you'll get me quicker on there. I kind of hang out on there, or not hang out, but I get the notifications. But I'm always sharing different foods. And I was just looking at the copycat Mexican pizza. I love Mexican pizza. So if I do the copycat Mexican pizza, I probably won't do the Rotel tacos because that'd be too much food. You give them too much food, they won't go. My dad used to always say, If you feed them cats, they gonna always hang around or they won't leave or something like that. He say you feed them cats, they keep hanging, they'll keep hanging around. That's my cousins and them though shit. Anyways, you guys, I wanted to talk about something. I'm doing good, Danny. I like IG more than fact. A lot of people said that they like. I think I know more people are on IG. I don't know a lot about IG. I probably need to start streaming from IG. Try your spaghetti with mushrooms and zucchini instead of meats. Ooh, you know what? I bet that would be so good because I love to cook with a lot of garlic and stuff. And I'm talking about fresh garlic. I'm talking about fresh garlic. And here's another thing. Like I have a fetish when it comes to trying different seasonings. I promise you. I go, oh, okay. But I cannot cook without the sazon seasoning. I cannot cook without it. Because I don't like salt. You know, I only sprinkle just minimum salt, just minimum. But I love pepper. I love garlic. I love onion powder, all of that, and other seasonings. But I don't, if I can taste salt, it's too salty. Put pesto in the sauce. Ooh, I love pesto. And I'm gonna tell you, I learned how to make fresh pesto. I go to the farmer's market or I go to Whole Foods and I get a plant, a basil plant. And you put your garlic and your Parmesan cheese and stuff in it and you blend it. And that's how you make fresh pesto. You get to season it the exact way you want to without it being processed and all that. I'm learning how to do stuff myself, make my own stuff. So it's not all of those extra chemicals and stuff in it and all of that. But I do like I make the best homemade Alfredo sauce. I promise you, my Alfredo sauce is the best. I promise you, it's the best. Anyways, you guys, I wanted to talk about some of the vloggers on YouTube are pathetic and jealousy is driving them to destroy. I'm not gonna give too much away, okay? Because these people got to be stopped because they have committed just all kinds of crimes. Y'all know how I have been harassed, right, on YouTube. And look, somebody says I'm watching to make sure you don't go in and give out too much information. Watch, listen, watch and see what they start doing to the stream. Now, I had gotten home early this morning. I had to go out on the case last night. That's why I didn't come on yesterday. I was trying to rest up. Right. I got home at like 2 o'clock in the morning, 2, 3 o'clock, and double tap was on. And so I be in double tap live quite a bit, even when I'm in the bushes, because double tap them be fun, kind of fun. They funny. I like double tap. And so I was in his chat. And I think as I came in, he was talking about hackers. They had been knocking him off of his stream. And of course, y'all already know that immediately piqued my interest, right? Because that's the exact same thing that has been happening to me. Um, y'all know how it has made me so angry over the years, the last couple of years of being on here, because I was like, dog, I'm just trying to bring what I do on my TV show, and I'm able to be a little freer on here because with my TV show I have sponsors. So there are certain things that I can't say because of the policies and laws and stuff as it relates to broadcasting on TV, that I can get on here and we can have more fun. We're a little freer. My audience is a little older on TV, and so you all we're all closer to the same age, so we're able to relate more. Although some of my people that are on watch my TV show are coming finding me on here, not the older people, because certain things I wouldn't dare talk about, but just to have fun. Like when I first started, I didn't know anything about monetization, none of that. Y'all know I was dropping the link and I was trying to figure this out, And I had, even before the young doll situation, I didn't come on here looking for no trying to figure out who did what to young dolph. Nobody had hired me to be on here or anything like that. um None of that, right? I had said when I came back, I was like, I was going to do shows on missing persons. I was going to continue my missing persons for Black girls gone missing and cold case homicides, bringing awareness to how Black people's cases go cold and things of that nature, and they don't get the attention, right, that anybody else would get. Like, Black people's lives, I guess, mean nothing, right? And it just so happens that this is around the time that young Dolph, okay, was had gotten unfortunately gotten taken out. And so, anyways, yeah, it was unfortunate, right? That was around the time my dad had gotten sick, you know, and I thought that my dad just took sick all of a sudden. But I'm finding out now, because my dad was so secretive. He was such a soldier. My dad told my brother-in-law 3 years ago, I don't think I'm gonna be around much longer. That's the reason why he started putting stuff in place. We was having meetings every Saturday about the museum. I had no idea it was because my dad's kidneys were working at a certain percent and he was declining. I noticed he was constantly going to the hospital, but he was such a soldier. Like, I didn't think about that, right? So this is around the time his body had really just started declining. And so seeing my dad decline like that, it kept me on here more, even though because my dad and I were business partners. So I was always at the studio with my dad. So when he was in the hospital. So when I would leave the hospital, I would jump on here. It was an outlet to me. I was not making any money. I didn't know how to do the monetization, nothing. Okay. I didn't know how to monetize, or I didn't even know where to go to look for the monetization. Okay. So anyways, I was like, well, I'll just start vlogging on the Young Dolph's case. And when people was coming on my channel, I would have one or two people on. And I was like, well, I was looking at Coat Figure, kind of caught my attention. I was like, he's going in the right direction, because I started seeing a lot of other vloggers. And I didn't know the games that they played at that time when all of this outlandish stuff was being put out about young Dolph. His mama did it, his sister did it, his daddy did it. I was like, oh no, that's not what happened. And so being from Memphis, I guess, having a naivety, not knowing how they play games on here, I was like, well, I'll start talking about it to kind of guide people in the right direction, because everybody in Memphis, when it happened, everybody already knew what happened. I don't mean no harm and no disrespect to nobody. I didn't listen to a lot of Young Dolph's music, but I started learning more about his philanthropy when people were hurt and they was crying and stuff. I looked at my Facebook page. A lot of my Facebook friends, my cousins and them, was out there. And I was like, dog, I mean, the whole airways was blocked out. And they was like, all these people out here for Young Dolph, they just killed him up at the cookie shop. Before that, I had gone into the cookie shop maybe a couple times, bought a banana pudding and buy the butter cookies that they sell at school, right? Because the butter cookies are good up in there. And so anyways, I was like, well, I'll just get on and I'll because I was neutral at that time. I was like, I'll guide people in the right direction. Because it's so many people that I thought that didn't know. I didn't know at the time the games that was being played, the vloggers that was put on here. And one of my friends that worked for the police department said to me, Tam, do not do that. You don't know how deep this case is running. And at that time, that's what the investigation was really new. And people feel like, well, I solved the case. Now these folks told on themselves. He said, don't do that. You're going to start getting threats. I said, no, I'm not, because I'm going to be neutral. If you all before, Travis them deleted a lot of my videos. We're finding out now who these people are, right? They're going to deal with that too. They was already on to them. And so, he was like, don't do that, because they're going to start threatening you. I'm going to tell you how these people had told on themselves. I'm going to tell y'all some stuff I never told y'all. Okay. They was telling on themselves a lot of how they was getting trails on who was involved in this situation with Young Dolph, and a lot of these affiliates, they was going crazy, threatening people as they didn't know that they were being traced. So my friend told me, don't do it. Okay. He was like, don't do it. So I did a vlog, and no, as long as I was not getting any traction, nobody cared. 1 or 2, 3 people on going live. You know, it's just an outlet because my dad is in the hospital, in and out the hospital. I see him declining. I'm seeing his memory leaving him. It freaked me out because, you know, my dad was my Superman, right? So I'm getting on here as an outlet after I leave my business and all of that. And so, hey, straight like that. And so I do a video. One of my friends that work for the sheriff's office told me some stuff about Straight Drop, about when Straight Drop, hey, Fabo, when Straight Drop, he said, I think Straight Drop gonna have some issues because, you know, the officer, when they have to be there, stand there with them when they're on the phone calls. A lot of people had started changing their phone numbers. That was broke. That story was broke with me. They started deleting a lot of my stuff. You know, I put this out first. Now, bitch, you motherfuckers was hacking me, ho. You ain't put out shit first because you didn't know a lot of that stuff. Excuse my French, okay? So I was like, wow, it started telling me about what was going on. So I put out a video, and it was geared at talking to the younger generation about when you do things of this nature, okay, what happens? People start to turn their backs on you. Why y'all think I always said that they was intending to sell Straight Drop up the river? It was because of that video I put out like March of 2022, March of 2022, right? And before that, I was getting like 100 views, 80 views, or something like that. And then I looked at that video, and that video had gone viral. I was like, dog, are these numbers right? Because it was like at 25,000 or something. I was like, wow. And I was like, dog, I didn't know, right? To show you how much I didn't know about YouTube, I had money. I signed up. Somebody helped me sign up for it. It was like, you need to get monetized. And I didn't know what to do. Like, the money was just sitting there for me. And it was just sitting there, right? Somebody helped me to get signed up, and I didn't know what to do. And so, like, it was like $600 or $700 sitting there, because when I started putting out those videos, they hacked me and deleted a lot of those videos, right? The people, they all work together in groups. Okay. He said Duke Pharaoh wins. Mm. Okay. Let me keep my focus. Okay. So anyways, you guys, that's what happened, right? So about 3 days after I put that video out, my friend called me that works down at the PD. He said, I told your hard head behind you was going to get a threat. I didn't even know it. Somebody came up under my video and was like, you said too much. Yeah, you said too much. Mon, you better chill. I mean, started threatening me, right? I wasn't even looking for it, but they was monitoring the video that I put out. I didn't know anything about YouTube. When I say a lot of these people that was connected or had some type of connection to this situation, they started telling on themselves. That's how they was able to start getting trails on a lot of these people, right? You have bloggers like Thaddeus Matthews. You had bloggers like there was another young lady from out of Memphis, Tawana. I was looking at their pages. Them folks was going and threatening them like 40 going north. They was going on their Facebook pages talking about they was going to take their families out. I remember the young lady said, I can't vlog on this no more because people was calling, giving them information from out of Memphis because everybody knew they threatened Thaddeus and everything else, right? So a lot of vloggers from around the Memphis area started pulling back, right? But this is how they was able to start getting trails, and they was tracing these people, right? Because this was a murder investigation, terroristic threats, things of that nature. That's why you hear the young ladies say that the CIA is involved. That's the Central Intelligence situation and all of that, right? Anyways, they deal with tracing stuff on the internet and cracking codes and all of that, right? So anyways, that's what it was. So I was like, well, I'll get on here, and I was neutral. And I even had somebody come up one night when I was doing lives, and I was dropping a link because I was very responsible until I figured out what was going on. Even though I already knew where it came from, a guy came up, like, I'm not a Young Dogs fan or anything like that. I just want to tell you, I thank you for being responsible for not saying who you think that it is, right? So I'm thinking that he must have been on the CMG side, because that's how I was trying to guide people in the right direction without throwing folks up under the bus, right? Because everybody already knew where it had came from. So when I started figuring out that, we started figuring out that a lot of these vloggers were paid by the people that did this, and they started hacking me, and they started violating me, stealing my information, hacking my phone, and all of that. I said, F this. I was like, well, I'm not gonna hold back. Okay. I'm not gonna hold back, because I would see how dogmatic they understood that I was not paying attention, because I had a lot going on. YouTube was not my source. I didn't look for YouTube for money, right? And then I had other things going on, like my dad was sick and stuff, right? So I was only dealing with YouTube. I had started getting so stressed out about my dad going down. I had almost basically moved in with my mama because I was so stressed out, right? And so I had almost left my house and moved in with my mama. Okay, because I was just so, it was so devastating about my dad, me looking at my dad deteriorate. Okay. And so, anyways, all of this stuff going on YouTube, right? So I started having people that I thought was cool. I found out they working with hackers. It's finding out about the different sectors. I didn't know anything about no sector when they was talking about, well, the Mo3 sector is involved. I had all kinds of stuff. People, calling me from St. Louis, calling me from all over, telling me, I'm trying to figure out who these people are. I had people to say I mean, they named every vlogger that was involved in this stuff, right? And I'm still trying to figure. I'm like, what is a Mo3 sector? What is a troll sector? What are these sectors? I don't even know what they're talking about, because I'm not clicked up in those sectors, right? So then I started learning about it, how they started violating me. Like I said, hack my phone, listening to my conversations, which is a federal crime, right? And the way they was able to do it is with my cell phones, with a couple of them. My business numbers are online, right? I never had this issue. So my business numbers are online. Oftentimes, we're doing something else now as it relates to that. I would forward my calls to my cell phone from, when I would leave the office, and some more stuff. That's just something I always did. My phone number is on TV, on Comcast. So, I mean, I just didn't know how pathetic and dogmatic these people were, right? So y'all, this stuff has, and I'm gonna tell y'all some more stuff that they would do. Okay. I was not paying no attention. I didn't know they were so dogmatic. I would come into my house and I would go, dog, I knew I turned my TV out. My TV would be on. And I was like, and I knew I was stressed out. This is why I'm so mad, and I'm so determined to get them and go and get them. And really done got a lot of them bitches too. These hating assholes, y'all gonna be surprised at some of these old ass bitches that's involved. Okay, bitch, I hope Hayden was worth it, bitch. You old ass hoe. Okay. So I would walk in, I was like, dog, y'all, they had hacked my internet, was looking at me through my TV. So one of the officers was saying, well, hell, he was like, well, this might be one of the reasons why. He was like, this happens all the time. Y'all, I thought I was going crazy. Like, they knew I wasn't paying attention. Y'all, I didn't even at the time, because I wasn't studying about no money. I ain't even have no two-step authenticator on my thing in the very beginning. Okay. So the officers, because the investigators say now the reasons why that these people have, these men, they hacking your stuff, hacking your internet, you have cameras and stuff, and it's a federal crime in your TV. They done got used to looking at you walking in your house with no clothes on, because anybody, that's the first thing I do, throw my clothes off, because it's my house. So now I'm understanding. That's why I'm so damn mad. You violate my privacy like that, you bitch nigga. All of you, okay, let me keep going, okay? So then what they started trying to do was they started trying to, you absolutely right, Michelle. They started trying to say that I was put on here to investigate the Young Dogs case. First of all, I wasn't put on here to investigate no Young Dogs case. Young Dogs got the Memphis Police Department. Young Dolph got the FBI. The girl said the CIA came and pulled some wires and shit from where they was at. Okay. So what they need me for a private investigator, what I did say, what I had not said was the only way private investigators are used is if when it gets to the DA's office, when it gets to the Fed. That's the reason why I could tell y'all that the feds are, I probably, the federal prosecutors will use contract out private investigators. I got a call because just like what Ganguly and them do, we have contracts and stuff with the state. And what they'll do is they'll reach out to certain private investigators. We got this case going on. We need you to do this and that. Even defense attorneys, when they declare themselves indigent, it be so that the state can pay for the private investigators. I told y'all that they called me, one of those defense attorneys called me, and I turned it down. I never said which defense attorney that it was. That's on my daddy's grave. I turned it down. First of all, I don't think they knew that I was, I had been vlogging on the Young Dogs case, and I don't want to work it. I don't want to. Okay. The wise man, do I know you? The wise man, do I know you? Is this my first time seeing you in my chat? Okay, Duke sent you here. Okay. Anyways, I wasn't interested. I went on here to investigate no Young Dogs case or anything like that. But then I later understood that a lot of these vloggers are so pathetic. They such bottom feeders. You have a few of them. I guess they think they king, but they going down. Okay. It ain't got nothing to do with me. It's got everything to do with what they got going on. These damn scams and stuff. I ain't no scammer. I works for what I want. They getting credit cards in people's names. They hacking you, getting your information. My debt ratio is up high. But y'all know them motherfuckers ran my shit, them bitches that they got. They think they got an organization going on, okay, where you are violating people, okay? And you think you ain't gonna get caught? Especially when people start complaining. Okay. So y'all, they violated me like that because they have some type of organization going on. I can't get into everything because these motherfuckers is being investigate it. If you don't, if I'm lying, then my daddy ain't down there at that military grave. If I'm lying, he ain't down there at that military grave. Okay, if I'm lying, that's on his grave, and y'all know how I feel about him. Okay. But jealousy is driving. They so pathetic, and it's got a lot to do with. So anyway, let me go back to Double Tap. So I was on Double Tap Live. They was hacking him. So somebody, Double Tap got some. I guess they got some tech savvy. He got some tech savvy people over there on his page. The first thing they said was Travis. Now, Double Tap. So somebody had reached out to me anonymously on my email, and I don't check that email often, and said, Miss T, Travis, and named some more people. And I was like, who is Travis? They gave me his last name. First thing, they was like, now, y'all, they gave me so much information, it was ridiculous. And they said, and he's one of the people that mans that Young Dolph page, that Young Dolph Unsolved page. They told me it was him, it was Ratchet TV, and it was Countdown John. All three of them. And they said it was probably some more people, but allegedly it's those three that mans that page. When the investigators got involved, they confirmed two of them. Okay. They confirmed two. That's the reason. And that they were the ones that was hacking me. Okay. So when my videos became deleted, a guy reached out to me. No, somebody told me about this guy. I won't say his name. They said, go to his page. They've fallen out, and he'll be able to tell you what is going on. I reach out to this guy, and I see, look, go to his page. He only had a few people on there, and he going in just telling everything that's going on. I was like, wow. So I reach out to him, and I sent him an email. The first thing he said was, I want to FaceTime you because I don't want you recording me. I said, okay. First thing he said was, Ratchet was the one deleted your videos. I said, what? He said he was one of the ones that did it. Now, let me just say this. When I got into it, when Onan got mad at me, we got video of that. They hired a hacker and hacked me again, and he was up on, the police got that up on his panel. Even though a lot of those videos, that page is gone that he had, I bet she ever mess with me. He has a motherfucking kite. This is how these men have harassed me. Okay. Came to my house. Why y'all think I'm so abrasive now? Now, this man that came to my house had on all red. Okay. Had on all red, had a cap on his head. Nikolai says, I don't think Trav is connected to Young Dolph Unsolved or Ratchet 100, mostly petty. And here, what's mostly petty? Nikolai. So the person comes to my house. The day my dad died, March the 27th of last year. I had just watched my dad take his last breath. Now, I kid you not, a young lady, okay, had reached out to me, and they've got her blocked. Torshi. They got her blocked. Somehow they got her blocked. I've been trying to unblock Torshi. She had been on another channel, and she had started reaching out to me via Facebook, just sending me messages. Okay. And she said, I was trying to get up the nerve to, for real, me too. We need honest heart people blogging. But when money comes in the picture, here comes the bull crap. That's why I don't want money. I get enough already. So she's so I always thought that Torshi was really sweet. I like Torshi. I think I think, people felt like she had issues going on, but I could see that she has a good heart. So, anyways, she was saying that she would want to tell me some stuff or whatever, and I could tell she would get really upset when she would come close to telling me. And one day, and I knew because I heard a mother in the background, and I could hear in her voice the fear in her voice when she told me that a vlogger, a male vlogger, this is documented. I asked her, I told her I'm filing a police report. Do you mind if I put your name, your address, and your phone number in the report? Here, my right hand to God. She said, I ain't got no issues with it. She kept calling me. At this time, we had exchanged numbers and said, Tamara, you got a good heart. Don't take this lightly. I had to get up the nerve to do this. Don't take this lightly. Put this on paper. This vlogger asked me to kill you. So I'm trying to process all this. I'm like, would a vlogger really, do this? So then I started hearing about what they try to do to another female vlogger. So I said, yeah, they ain't above putting hits on women. All because they didn't want me vlogging on the Young Dolph's case. Not some of them are connected to affiliates of the people that did this to Young Dolph, and they get paid to get on here and change narratives. Okay. I put this on paper. So I filed a report. The investigator said, wow, we got to look. So the investigator, I started giving them all of the emails of these different male vloggers who I had gotten tips on that hacks, that scams, that do all of this stuff. They immediately started. I said that an investigator immediately started. It's like, is this him? I said, yeah, that's him. The picture started coming up. All their history. Okay. Yeah, you got something to worry about because look, they got histories of doing stuff to women. Okay. We're going to monitor this. Okay. So I'm constantly going to the police department because I'm constantly getting emails about what these men are doing to me. So the day the day my dad died, my dad was my road dog, my best friend, my business partner, my funder. He believed in me. He was everything that I aspired to be as a woman. Okay, he taught me how to do business. He was a real father. He was a soldier. Okay. One of the last of a dying breed, fought for the citizens of Memphis, won every election he's the man around here. Okay. But even when him being a man, he my damn daddy. So it was personal to me. I loved him. Okay. And I love him 30 minutes after I stopped breathing. The day my daddy dies, this motherfucker so obsessed with me. He sent a fuck nigga on. I'm hearing they reached out to me, T. The person, these folks started falling out. Okay. These people started falling out. They started telling me what's going on. I just walk into my house and sit on my couch trying to process that I just watched my daddy take his last breath, and these obsessed men on this motherfucker March the 27th, and that fuck nigga, I guess they sucking dick and eating each other's booties. They let a nigga send them to my house. I hear a knock on the door. I'm trying to process. I was like, dog, I just walk in the house. I just watched my dad take his last breath. I don't want no company. Cause I'm sinking into a depression. I'm trying to process. Is my dad really dead? Did I just leave? Did I just really just see my dad take his last breath? And they sending a motherfucker to my house? He knocked on my door. Okay. I started looking at my camera. I go, because at first I'm thinking, is this some of my cousins? I don't want no company. I just walked in. I'm trying to process this. I had decided I ain't gonna even answer the door. So I take another look at my camera. I said, I don't know him. Motherfucker, I know you on here, bitch. You didn't belong in my neighborhood, hoe. People that look like you don't belong over here, bitch. Because I have to put it to you like that when you do some slimy stuff. Okay? He's standing at my door. So I find out another vlogger that same vlogger, I'm told, had this dude to come and knock on my door, and he did it. Now, I have to believe, because the girl said he told her to take me out. I ain't never did nothing to this man. I got to believe, just like the police said. Now, he had a hat on his head. He had on all red. They've been running his picture trying to get hits and stuff. What they got is people that look like him. But I got an email the other day. The person said, I heard what you were saying. I believe that's your man. He sits on a panel. Okay. But you come to my house. And so when people see me being abrasive and all of that, each and every time that I've dropped that link, they've hit that link. Now back to Travis, the same girl who told me that, and she was only one of them, that this vlogger told her to come and take me out. She tells me Travis is a hacker, and he is one of the ones that's doing this to you too. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I don't know if he's gonna have an issue, because I know we talk about, we have to stick by our people and this and that. I hope he don't get mad at me saying this. And people have said he's a hacker. I don't know if he's a hacker or not, but I do know what he did was when he got into it with that same vlogger that asked to put a hit on me. His name is Bozy. He reached out to me and he told me to be careful, because that same vlogger had asked him to get information, to hack me and to get information on me. This is what we're dealing with when you have these men on here, and Bozy is a white man. And the first thing he said was, see, I don't know what he has had going on, but hey, he didn't have to reach out to me and give me no heads up. And that's a white man. On what these black men, on what a black man was planning for me that I don't know, never had a conversation with, wasn't thinking about, nothing. They had an issue with me vlogging on the Young Doss case. Okay. I see a lot of people popping up in here that I ain't never seen before. Some I've seen before on other pages. Okay. Okay. This is the type of stuff that I'm talking about. Travis said he's in here. He comes in here respectfully. Okay. That I've had to deal with. Consistently being hacked. They're getting women. They have women work with them. Okay. I do, before we were cool at first, and then we, some stuff happened. And, when it happened, I felt like it was messed up. And when I haven't talked to her anymore. But Auntie Fee put me up on some game, on some stuff that was going on. Because see, she was the one that started explaining to me about the sectors. I didn't know nothing about no sector. That's what I was getting ready to say. As a matter of fact, let me say that. When I was told about Travis, I'm glad you reminded me of that, Travis. Travis reached out to me on Facebook, and he was like, I was told that my name came up. Can you, here's my number. I waited like a month. And I was like, should I call him? Should I not call him? So there, and because I don't tell no lies now. I waited like a month and I called Travis and we talked for about an hour. And he was like, well, I don't know anything about it. I don't want you to think that I was hacking you. Somebody reached out to me and told me that I was hacking you, and some more stuff. I asked him, was he involved with the Young Dolph Unsolved page? And he said that he was not. Although everything that Young Dolph Unsolved page had on it, Travis had on his YouTube, but he said he's not involved with it. Maybe they just think alike, right? And so you're right. We had a conversation, but it does not take away from what the people told me. It was two people, Travis, that told me that. When I talked to Travis, I talked back to the investigator because they was headed down there to Texas. I said, well, I had a conversation with him, and he says that he ain't involved. He says that he ain't involved. I said I had a conversation with him, and I talked to him for a long time, and he swears that he wouldn't. He's not involved in anything like that. He says that he don't even that they exposed him, and he don't know a lot of these people. That's the conversation that I had with the investigator. So you're right, Travis. Okay. So then Fee had explained to me about the different sectors and stuff. And hey, I appreciate her for that. Because when she was saying, the Mo 3 sector, I was like, what's that? When all these different sectors I didn't know about. She explained to me. Okay. I said, when she explained to me about, he said, I don't know, Bo, on my mom and sister. I swear to you. Okay, Travis. Okay. Um, she was explaining to me about the skits and stuff. She was explaining to me about the skits and everything that was going on here. I didn't know anything about no skit. I didn't know because I got on here to vlog. That's it. I didn't get on here to be violated, to be watched in my home. Okay. Hell, like the investigator says, once they start watching you in your damn home, they didn't know how to stop with no clothes on. It became an obsession. Another young lady reached out to me on Facebook and said, Tamra, Nicolay said Travis is not a hacker. Okay. Another young lady reached out to me from out of St. Louis. Okay, and told me about Countdown John. I didn't even know who Countdown John was. I didn't even know nothing about him. And she said, Tamara, I used to be over there. And she says, I do believe that it started out as something they scam, allegedly. That's what she said. She said, I believe it started out as something to scare you away because they feel like if they can control the narrative, they can get all the views and they can get all the cash apps. She said, but they also have hackers on their team. And when you started saying, she said, you are not crazy. Even before we found out the truth, she said they do hack internets. That's how they get in your phone. They get in your TV. She said, but you are you're attractive woman. So once they started watching you in your home, they didn't know how to stop, just like the police officer said. Well, Travis, let me just say this. I'm not trying to break you because I'm a sensitive person. If you're not involved, I'm just telling you what was said to me. Okay. I'm not trying to break you. My heart goes out to you. Okay. I'm not trying to do that. Okay. I'm not. So the young lady told me, she says, I'm going to tell you. She said, she told me, well, I was getting ready to say, she told me, she said, I want you to know that I'm real. She told me what she worked for. From out of St. Louis, told me that she had been a part of Paperwork Party. She says, Jonathan is doing that to you. Okay. That's what she said early on. The girl called me several times. Oh, and this was early on, and I'm trying to think, like, I don't know who these people are, so I'm having to try to put faces. Petty Gang Travis says, and that wasn't me on Double Tap either. Loading YouTube made a fake account and put my old username. Oh wow. Okay. I will say this because I'm thinking about some stuff now. When that Young Dolph Unsolved page, I do believe, when they got mad, it was it, well, I was I'm just gonna be honest. They say it's mainly Countdown John that runs that page. Okay. Okay. But this is the type of stuff my mother, my sweet mama, not only that, but the person that reached out to me told me that not only did that vlogger want my information, he asked for my mother information. Motherfucker, that'll get you gone faster than full blown AIDS, bitch. Okay. Talking about my mama. This is the type of obsession. So my mother starts receiving threatening phone calls. They hacked me. When they hacked me, they deleted that. But guess what? I've always had backup of my videos, right? Um, I've always had backup of my videos because I always stream from different places. Okay. And so my mother, they started calling, harassing my mom. So y'all, this is the type of stuff that I'm talking about. I started looking at my they hacked my account, okay? And the other YouTubers hire these hackers from that each these sectors have hackers, okay? And I'm not going to say too much about that cuz I can't talk I can't talk too much about that. But these some of these women are so jealous hearted that they have these hackers to start hacking you and deleting your subscribers because they don't want you to win. Unsubscribing your subscribers, hacking them, turning off of their notifications, and unsubscribing them from the memberships. I was having the other month, I was having people saying, "I just paid for my membership." They saying that I don't have membership no more. Turning off of their memberships. This is the type of stuff that happens, and it comes from whether the hackers are white or not. It's birthed in these black sectors. These black sectors. Okay, so they go get a white hacker. But the idea and the jealousy, the hackers are just working for some money. That I wanted that money ain't gonna be worth it when they finish with them, because they committing felonies. But these black hackers are these black vloggers. A lot of them are the ones that's jealous. They got them doing it. Crabs in a barrel mentality. Okay, crabs in a barrel mentality. It's a darn shame before God that people have sat and watched me and reached out to me. I dare not say anything because they've gone on record talking to the police and said, Miss T, I was a part of this. I was in this sector. I was with the trolling at first, but I watched how they have messed with you, the stuff that they're doing to you. And I go, dog, like at some point it's supposed to stop. But I reach out to you because it has become an obsession at this point. Okay. It's a darn shame. So jealousy is driving other vloggers because they hire these hackers to destroy and not destroy me because I'm a winner anyways. The moment you decided that you was going to mess with me, you put your own karma into the atmosphere. It has caused them to destroy themselves. It's a darn shame that the majority of these people that's on here doing this destructive stuff, they're in their late 30s and 40s and 50s. Some of them about to hit 60. It ain't no way in the world that I could ever be jealous of another person winning because I'm a winner. When it's my time, I'm going to get it. I understand that somebody else's time ain't my time. So I ain't got to try and have a covetous spirit or block that because guess what? It was already predestined. So when I try to block something that was predestined for them, I start blocking my own blessings and I ain't got time to do that. I want all of mine. But it's a darn shame that's what happened. I was looking at when Big Jook was taken out, and I hate that happened to Big Jook. So I broke the story. So I had a lot of people on my vlog. It was about 2,000 and something people on that on there at one time. So when YouTube only shows so many numbers, it might say you got like 154 on here, but it's only like if it's saying 149 right now. So that means that if it's saying 149, you probably got 300 or 400 people on here, right? So when I got off of that live, it was like 36,000 people had been on that live. Okay. Some trolls started coming into, and I had heard about this vlogger had been messing with me. Okay. I'd heard about it, even though people said, no, he cool. He didn't do that. A young lady that gave me the lowdown said, yeah, he was in it. He just decided to pull back. But he was initially in it. He was sending them women out around him to mess with you, to hack you, to because they scammers. Women that are now up under investigation. I hope it was worth it. Okay, and I probably shouldn't have said that. But trolls, they started sending trolls into my chat when I had all of them people in my chat. Okay. And they started putting he's on. Just say no, the score is on. Now let me just say this. I ain't never had no issues with score. I was even before I started vlogging, because I'm gonna get all this out. I got to. I can't hold nothing no more. I ain't never had no issues with it. I used to go over there to Skull's page and be in the bushes. I never said anything in his chat because I thought he was funny. He was funny to me. He had he seemed to have had a cool personality. But I was told early on that he was involved in doing this stuff to me and he was sending them women out to do it. Okay. And I know there were a lot of names that was thrown out there, but when you being violated, when people are coming to you and you don't know what's going on, you have to put it all on record. Okay. So I started seeing people coming to my chat and I was surprised because y'all ain't never heard me say nothing bad about Just Say No to Skull. and they started spamming my chat saying, "Go on." They had never did that before, but because I got 2,000 people in my chat, y'all go on, leave this channel, go over to Sko channel. And it's hard for me to believe that would happen, and he didn't tell them to do it. So it's okay as long as I got 100 people on here. But you become a issue, and them knives and stuff started coming out when you got 2,000 people. That's the reason why I say it is the Black people on here that are pathetic, that's got that covetousness spirit. There ain't no way in the hell that I would ever disrespect Sko's chat like that. Ever. When people have tried to come into my chat and dog Sko out, you never even heard me elaborate on it. Y'all ain't messing with my chats. You know, when you start saying the certain names, we was waiting on it. That's when that chat started messing up. Big Stepper. I got to get this out. Big Stepper was one of the ones that, and I feel like even though we gave Big Stepper a hard time when he came up on my chat, Big Stepper, they found out who you was, Big Stepper. I'm not going to dox you. I'm not going to do it because it ain't in me to do it. Okay. They started Big Stepper. I was letting him up on. We was having especially when I first started coming on. I didn't know nothing about them hacking this stream yard. Y'all, my mind don't work like that. Cause I wasn't in it for no money. You think I'm gonna fight over crumbs? YouTube don't pay enough for me to be doing this. I'm used to shit. I'm used to it. Okay. So Big Stepper, I'm told, was sent over here. And he was hacking my streams. Y'all, they did me dirty. These men did that. I didn't know nothing about these men. They decided that they was going to team up on me, I'm told. Right. And then they saw that my personality was strong and a lot of stuff I didn't know because I'm off to myself. Like I said, I like to stay in the background and support other people's channels and go on about my life. I never would have did it. Okay. But this is the type of stuff that they've done to violate me and put themselves right up under an investigation. You can't hack people's internets and phones. Y'all think that anybody that I talk to at the police department is crazy enough? Y'all, I got 5 phones. It's crazy enough to send me emails. I'm told they thought I had the indictments. I be downtown all the time because my work takes me downtown. So when I tell you I know people in the DA's office, I've been dealing with these people for over 20 years now, of course. So when they say it's 22 names at that time, 22 people that had been named in an indictment, that was early on. When I was saying, well, I don't know how Straight Dropping Cornelius gonna get out of this. This is before they even said that it was 2,000 pages. Now it's 1 million, over 1 million. I said, I don't even know. I don't know how. I don't know. I don't know if they was out there. I don't know if they did it or not, but I don't know how they're gonna get out of it based on what I've been told. I ain't messy. I was told about Orange Mound Quet before any vlogger ever even mentioned him. Okay. And that came from downtown. They initially told me from a conversation I had, I said, I've never heard of no Orange Mound Quet. That he would probably be indicted. Probably. I was like, wow, never said nothing. Okay. Never said nothing. Then when I talked to the person again, they was like, well, he was going to be indicted. And I do believe it was supposed to be that July or something like that. I never said anything. So when I heard another vlogger mention him, and some Demon can attest to this. I said, Demon, dog, not but I don't know if my phone was hacked at that time. But they said somebody else told them, and I can believe that. I said, dog, I can't stand him, but he ain't lying because I heard that. Okay. I said, I can't stand him, but he ain't lying because I heard that about him. But I still didn't know anything about no Orange Man Quet. I didn't get on my vlog and say anything about him. Nothing. Okay. Whenever people heard me talk about CMG, it was because I expressed disappointment in what had happened. Because I'm gonna tell you something, everybody in Memphis knew what had happened. And so that's why I was very disappointed when I would see vlog and I know they were probably in survival mode. I don't know if they was plants or not. They have to play coy. Okay. When they was trying to act like they didn't know what was going on or going with all these crazy narratives, I'm like, dog, these niggas in the hood, I know they know. But now I understand the game. Okay. So you didn't hear me say nothing else about that. And so when you heard me talk about CMG, it was because of disappointment. Because we like Gotti's music. Gotti is talented. Gotti is my era. My cousins and them loved him. They hung out with him. You don't hear me talk about that. That guy Keon or Keywan or whatever. I was on Facebook the other day because Memphis is small. Not the other day, but a couple months back. And one of my female cousins shared something and said, what a time we had at this baby shower. And I said, that's that boy Keywan or Keon or whatever his name is. Well, whoever they were saying was Uncle. I said, ain't this some shit? My cousins and them. But Memphis is so small. I ain't say nothing about it. But I always express disappointment in Black Youngster and Gotti and Juke and all of them because of the energy that was being put into the atmosphere. And Memphis is a majority Black city and is impoverished. Regardless to what people say, the Memphians helped them to get it before anybody else knew them. I expressed disappointment because we had supported them. Young Dolph gets it out the mud also, come up out of Castelia. I know all of these areas. Highly impoverished areas, poor housing. And you take then you do what you do. It wasn't nothing right about it. So when you had grown people that should know better, that was scared to say anything or was taking sides, I said, wait a minute, I'm taking the side of what's right. It ain't nothing right. They have a responsibility to the people that help to make their motherfucking asses rich. You don't put that energy into the atmosphere, and you came up in the hood, and what y'all did to that boy was wrong, and you know it. So they had their male vloggers, and they didn't have no shame about it. Viciously attacking a woman. Y'all some bitches. You'll suck dick for some money. When you do that, you'll do anything. If you set people up, you come after a woman, you'll get on your knees and suck some dick. A lot of you doing it anyways. Excuse my French. And so that's always been my plight because I make money outside of here. And so I ain't never had no issues with Skull. I didn't know who Countdown John was. I didn't know who Ratchet was. Somebody came into my chat one day and said something about Ratchet. I was like, dog, that's that guy that I got that email about. And the person was like, well, you should come over there. It's like looking at a movie. He talked about missing women. So that sparked my interest. I was like, a guy? That would be a good thing. Because I want to support people that bring attention to missing persons. But you attack me, Ratchet, they say, because you didn't want me talking about them. So people had decided that we're going to corner the market on YouTube, and y'all violate my privacy and attack me and put hits on me. Okay. Now they say Onan was the one that she told me Onan was the one that told her to come and kill me. Now that's what's alleged. That's what's on in a report. I don't know Onan. I never did nothing to him. Okay. When my daddy died, Onan's people started coming into on my Facebook page. Y'all, this is the stuff that I've gone through. Yeah, where your dead ass daddy at? Go dig your dead ass daddy up. This is a motherfucker that sit up and holler about, they talk about my dads. They talk about babies. That's what they were saying. I still got the messages. Yeah, where your daddy at? Your daddy in the grave. Where he at? This is the same man that folks talking about his kids, but set up on his panel and said, where Orange Mound quit daughter at? I bet he can't find her. She in her grave. This is the sadisticness. And don't tell me it didn't happen, because we got it on a jump drive. Because I've had to record, and I've had other people working with me to get proof of what I was dealing with, because they wouldn't leave me alone. I don't know nothing about Orange Mound Quit. All I know is he's been named in this case with Young Dolph. But there ain't no way in hell that I would ever speak illy of his daughter. I don't wish that on nobody, child. Especially if I had gone through the same thing. Y'all, this is the sadisticness that we deal in. Okay? So then they had a young lady emailing me, y'all. She emailed me for over a year, harassing me nonstop. We was downloading every email. They even hacked me and thought that they had deleted them. But guess what happened? The investigator that took an interest in the case subpoenaed Google. I said, they've deleted them. He said, don't worry about it. I just subpoenaed Google. I got every one of them. He said, so you just make sure we don't see any emails of you emailing them back. He said, well, I'm going to get that warrant. You didn't email them back. It's over 500. Y'all, this is what they did. Yeah, you talked about Mr. Onan, child, and last year, and your daddy dead this year. That's what she said to me, y'all. This is the type of harassment that I've had to endure for 2 years. Y'all see why I don't have no patience for nobody. And you have people supporting them. So that's why I say I don't care what they delete. He told me, I thought it was going to take them 60 days. They got back to me in 3 weeks. I got every email, every one that was deleted. I subpoenaed Google. I got them. Okay. And what had I ever done to them people? For them to talk about my daddy, for them to come and harass me, for them to want to put a hit on me, for them to come to my house. And I said this one time before, and I'm going to say it again because it's documented. God, when that nigga came to my house that day, I was grief stricken because I had just lost my daddy. And when I figure out what was going on, I said, Lord, I hate that I was so grief stricken that I didn't know what was going on because I'd have took him out. And then I got to thinking about God. I showed thank you because I didn't have it documented at that time. And I probably would have had to go through some shit. But I'm going to say this, any of you bottom feeders that sit up and let these niggas send you out to come to my house, whether you're a female or a male, bitch, you going to die. You better make your mind up that you don't give a F about your kids, your family, that you want to appease these niggas that you don't even know that don't give a F about you, bitch, because you're going to die, hoe, if you come to my door. I don't care if you're a woman, bitch, you're going to die. And there's some police on this motherfucker. I got a right to defend my life. So that ain't no threat. That's a promise. And I ain't said nothing wrong either. Because I got a right to defend my person when you are a threat to me. Okay? Everybody that has been here from the beginning have seen what these men have done to me. How they have harassed me. Violated my privacy. You look at me in my house through my TV, that ain't no lie. Comcast was able to see that it had been hacked because they can look at it on the box. Okay? They hacked me. So what they did was I shout out to the young lady who told me, I said, dog, we're going to get new boxes and stuff. So then we figured out how they was doing it, how they hacking y'all's phones. Shout out to Bozy. He also told me when you comment, he didn't tell me about the streaming, but when you comment and you don't have a VPN on your phone, they're able to get your IP address on your phone and they're able to hack you. Okay, so that's why when they said, well, white people, that white man put me up on some game. And he said, hey, look, I don't know what he got going on. He said, but he didn't want nobody hurt. Regardless to what he doing, if he doing anything, he sure didn't want nobody hurt. Because see, it's one thing if you doing something and it ain't right, but when you start talking about hurting people, some people ain't with that. Oh, hell no. And that's why I say to these hackers, you're dealing with a lot of bottom feeders. Y'all gonna find yourselves in some criminal, in some much deeper stuff, because these folks is setting folks up on here because they think these record labels gonna take care of them. So y'all better rethink that. Y'all better take them skills, them engineering skills y'all got, and start looking to work for a company or something, because these vloggers ain't where it's at, because a lot of them are already up under investigation. And it ain't just for hacking. Okay. So when you drop the link, I was listening to Double Tap because I was on his last night. They get your link and they send it to, they have hackers that they pay that are part of their sectors, and they send your link to a hacker and pay the hacker. The hacker is able to hack that link, get your VPN, get your, even hacking through the VPNs. They hack your browser, they hack your hack through the VPNs and get your IP address and do blunt, the police told me, blunt trauma to your computer and force themselves in and start messing up your lives. Start getting your personal information. Did they think that God was going to continuously? They was doing this before I got on the scene. These niggas. I wasn't bothering nobody. Regardless to what they say about me, how they affiliate me with the police, I grew up in the damn hood. I don't go for nothing wrong. I don't be around nothing wrong. But I ain't never in my life. You can ask any police officer that's my friend. Ran to them and said, I heard it's gonna be a drug. This person doing this, this, and that. I put shit on paper because they was harassing me, threatening my life, threatening my mother's life. Most of these niggas that's on here, the ones be snitching on each other. They the damn informants, not me. Hell, I got a background in law enforcement, and I ain't no damn informant, or as they would call us, quote unquote, rat. They the damn informants. And so now I see why they was coming at me so hard. I guess they thought it was gonna, we'll go at her because they want to put it all on the woman. Use a hoe messing with a woman. They be the ones snitching on each other. But it takes me back to that scripture, and I wasn't even supposed to say that, okay? But it takes me back to that scripture, where God says they come at you one way and flee in 7 different ways. God confuses the language, okay? God confuses the language. They start scattering out and telling on each other, and that's what's happening now. See, sometimes all you have to do is, I was stressing myself out. I was so mad after my dad died, and they started doing all that to me. I developed this anger to the point where I started having issues with my blood pressure because I was like, dog, and I've had to deal with myself on that. I was like, they didn't let me stay in my positive energy. I was trying to stay positive. I was just getting on here to vlog as an outlet. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. I make money where anything I touch turns to gold. Because I got a daddy that taught me business. That's the reason why I go get certifications in everything. My great aunt said the other day, gal, you go get whatever you want. I said, you better believe it, auntie. Because if some money can be made from it legally, I got a winner's mind. I'm going to get the certifications and I'm going to make some money from it. That's the reason why I can write grants. I said, I ain't going to go look for no damn grant writers. The black grant writers don't want it. And I see why some of them do it, because you got to be legitimate, but they flat out don't want to show, they flat out don't want to help people. I said, I'm going and learn how to write grants. And I tell you what, I'm going to the class so I can do the networking with the white peopleses. Because one thing about white folks, a lot of them don't have covetous spirits when it comes to that. They'll guide you right to it. And that's what they did. On where the grants was, how to write them. And that's what I do. And that's why I say our people got it. Because even when you write grants, yeah, well, can you write me a grant? Well, do you have this, and that? Because I can't lie on no grant. You ain't gonna get me put in federal prison now. Can't you just do this? No, I can't do nothing. Anytime I write a grant, I've written a grant for an organization, a nonprofit, white nonprofits. They already know that I'm getting my 10% on the back end or whatever that grant is. When I deal with cuckabug heads, why you got to get some money? Fuck you. You won't be getting nothing. Stay broke. Your organization won't get no money. I'm booked because I ain't dealing with you. I'm supposed to use my talents and my skills and my connections, and I get nothing and you get everything. But this is what we're dealing with in our community. And people say, well, you talk about how these black men on here did me dirty. And I don't even know them. And you think I got an issue with what the police doing to them? I know. You put a hit on my life because I'm great. They started figuring out my personality. We can't stop her, so we gonna kill her. The same thing they did to Young Dog. We can't stop him. We can't stop their greatness because he was born with a winner's mind. So we're gonna kill him. And it's a sad damn thing that you had jealous women behind these men working with them. And they done got him in a world of trouble. Because it's the women that's got the talents. Okay. So it's a darn shame, you know, um, what goes on in our community. It is. It's a darn shame before God. I never hid my identity because I was always on Facebook promoting my businesses and stuff. You couldn't deal with that my name was Tamara. They want to know my last name. They couldn't deal with that. They want to know everything. I want to know a mama address. Bitch, that'll get you buried alive, ho. Talking about doing anything to my mama, bitch. Okay. That little bag my daddy left me, I might want to donate it. Okay. I might want to donate it on some of these motherfuckers. Okay. I want to donate it to a good cause. Talking about my mama. We're going to donate it to a good cause, motherfucker. And that good cause will be real professional. Okay. But this is how sadistic they are, y'all. We are our own worst enemy. Because I always had this, my dad always taught me, gal, whatever I invest in you, you invest back in our people. And so that's why I didn't believe when I first got on here, my mind was not even there that these black men and women I would get on here and they would do me like they did me. We supposed to be on here kicking knowledge. And folks say, well, why you have to vlog about the bad? I mean, that's what comes with vlogging, the bad and the good. But I ain't trying to, when folks was going at me, you won't talk about Raven. Listen, I'm in Memphis every day. Okay. When people was talking about Raven, they was harassing me. I'm in Memphis, born and raised in Memphis. I don't live, but my little city ain't but 10 minutes in Mississippi from Memphis, and I just moved there. Okay. I'm in Memphis every single day because my businesses are in Memphis. I don't hear everybody in Memphis talking about the cookie shop was involved. People get mad at me for saying that. I said, I don't have no issues with what people think. I ain't trying to control you. I'm just telling you, Castelia is 3-4 minutes up the street. They ain't spending for Young Dolph. I said they was spending the night that it happened. Them folks up in South Memphis, black youngsters, them should be ashamed of themselves for doing what they did. Them folks was begging, y'all do something. Them folks was hurt. It's bodies dropping. They bring that type of trauma all because they want Young Dolph dead and it's folks hurt. Bodies was dropping. They was begging, y'all bodies dropping. Somebody please, up here in South Memphis around Macmillan, please. It's about 13 bodies done dropped. So when folks on the outside of Memphis was talking about, ew, they ain't do nothing, motherfucker, you ain't even put your damn toe in Memphis, ho. Them folks was suffering. Them young boys dropping and stuff because these niggas that we helped to put on, okay, they pull these young boys into stuff and get their lives taken and they go back to their mansions and stuff underground. Okay. Them folks was out there spinning. So as a Memphian, yes, I was very passionate about it. People outside of Memphis don't know that and don't care. I was very passionate about it. I grew up in South Memphis. I was born and raised in the trenches of South Memphis. We was blessed enough to leave when I was about 12 or 13. But I still got family up that way. A lot of my friends I grew up with is still up that way. Benisa is still up there. That's my best friend. That's Black Youngster's damn cousin. So when I speak from a place of passion, it's because of the love that I have for a city that I was born and raised in, a love for the city and for the people. Even when they doing wrong, you still have a connection to the people and the city. And so that's why I was saying a lot of these niggas that they paid to put on here, they already knew what was going on. Okay. But when you hear people getting on Facebook saying, y'all, it's Afghanistan up here, y'all. It's 13 bodies done drop. Y'all, somebody got to do something. Y'all got to help us. Them folks, whoever it was, they was hurt when they did that to Young Dolph. And folks was dropping. I don't know who it was. But I blame the people that initiated that. You pull these young boys in this stuff. And you know they ain't got no money to go nowhere but back to the same hood. And they go underground to their mansions behind their gated communities after they've started a World War III because they want to kill. They couldn't kill his greatness, so they killed his body. And they thought God, look, hey, listen, our community got to do better. Okay, our community got to do better. And that's why I say jealousy is driving our people to destroy. It ain't no need for all of this stuff to be going on with the lawsuits and stuff, because I'm one of them that's going to be filing one when these investigations are over. With the lawsuits and stuff that YouTube has got coming because of other Black people, these folks making more money than they've ever made before. And somehow Black people, because of their covetous spirit, they scared somebody got one piece of crumb more than them. We even though you got a big steak on your plate, this person ain't even got the meat yet. They just got maybe the little veggies on their plate, but they building. You can't even enjoy your steak. No, we gonna she might get her steak. She already got the greens and the candy yams on her plate. She gonna mess around and get the steak like us. We gotta go ahead and take them out. We gotta destroy their channel. All the money that folks making on here, some of these folks came straight up out the damn sewer. And I don't mean no harm, straight up out the sewer. And make it more than they ever made, and they find a way to destroy it. Because they still got that sewer mentality. Instead of cleaning themselves up, they still got that funk on them and don't want to get it off. You making some money, you go take a damn bath, nigga. But instead, you came up out the sewer and you still funky. So it ain't nothing I did, because anybody would have did. I ain't the only person that has been violated on here. It's other people. That's the reason why they're reaching out to me. Folks sit and watch my vlogs. They see I ain't did nothing to nobody. I ain't never in my life called none of my friends down. My damn auntie worked down there in the investigative unit. I ain't never said, auntie, they saying, young, this person did that to Young Dolph. I ain't got to tell her nothing. They already knew everything the night that it happened. I ain't got to say nothing. I see my auntie and stuff. That's my dad. Is one of his younger sisters. When I see her at any family functioning, because my dad's family get together a lot. It ain't auntie, ooh, tell me, what's going on with the Young Dolph's case here? Let me tell you what they saying. I ain't never been that type of person. I ain't never been. That's not how I rock. But some of these ones that was attacking me be doing it because they informants. So you want to attack me all the time. You got the nigga next to you, but see, and you telling on him. But see, that's what the Bible says. They come at you one way and flee in 7 different ways. They turn on each other. While y'all was digging a grave for me, you thought you was. God was fixing up something for y'all. because you get that karma back. Because I ain't never did nothing to nobody on here. Other than I start telling on the people that was harassing me and refused to leave me alone. And let me go back to what I was going to say about my dad. I was mad as hell. And my mama said, my mother is one of the kindest, softest people that I know. Her whole life she been like that. And I was saying to my mama, I said, they wouldn't let me stay in a positive energy so that I could, if I stayed in a positive energy, I could get my dad healed. And she said, stop, wait a minute, stop. Your daddy's time was just up. It was just his time. Ain't nobody put no voodoo on him. Ain't nobody had the power to put no voodoo on him. They could, even if you had stayed in that positive energy, your daddy's days was just, his time was just up. All of our days are numbered. She said, you got to let go of that revenge, because I was driven by revenge. I'd hired some more investigators. I said, I'm getting them one by one. Thank God for a praying mother, because I ain't even have to do nothing, because they was already up under investigation. Okay. But it's a darn shame, y'all, the type of stuff that go on here. It is. It's a darn shame. And then people have nerve to say, well, it's the police. And no, it ain't the police. It's us. It's us. Ain't no money generating in the Black community, because Black folks always trying to destroy another Black person. We got that crabs in the barrel mentality. Ain't everybody getting pulled back down in the barrel. That's why there ain't no money generating in the Black community. Okay? Because each and every time somebody like a young Dolph come up, he getting popped by another Black person because of their jealousy. And so, like I said, I know these vloggers, these males, didn't believe that God was going to allow them to put me through the trauma that they put me through, because I was already going through other stuff. I wasn't getting on here talking about what I was going through when my daddy was sick. But I knew how to fall to my knees and look to the hills. And I already knew that those prayers were sealed. I knew how to get in them praying groups and get with them praying warriors and send some prayers up. No voodoo can stop them. I knew how to do that. So everything that they get back, it ain't nothing but karma, because you're going to get it back anyways. What you put into the atmosphere, that's what's coming back to you. And they put that into the atmosphere instead of, hey, it ain't nothing wrong. I guess it ain't nothing against the law as far as telling lies on your vlog. If you can get a bunch of damn fools to believe you, hey, whatever. But because people was getting on here that dared to tell the truth, and they was making more money than they had ever made, they went as far as to plot murders and set people up. And that is against the law. And you ought to feel like less than a man being a man plotting murders on women. But as I said, a lot of these men don't know how to identify with being a man, being men, because a lot of them a bunch of damn sissies anyways. They just as feminine as any woman. So that's the reason why they feel like any woman is fair game, because they got feminine energy. You can't get no man with no masculine energy to be consistently going at no women, because they real men. They got to be talking about manly stuff and getting some money. Okay? That's the reason why I be looking at these two guys from out of New Orleans. Okay? They got masculine energy. I always talk about, I put that into the atmosphere, bring masculinity back. I'm attracted to anything masculine, because women got feminine energy, okay, a lot of us. And then you got a lot of these men that got it. And so that's why they don't have no issues with attacking women, because they sucking more dick than any woman ever could. Excuse my French. And taking more up the ass too, because I don't take nothing up the ass, okay? That's right. Real men protect. Okay. Torchi says she's trying to see if I see her. I don't see you in the chat. See, that's what I'm talking about. They got her blocked on my chat. And I can't find her in my block list. Okay. And here's another thing. Because I see she trying to get on. I don't know other than to tell her to make another page. Because I've looked at my block list. I can't find her. See, this is how they mess with your StreamYard and stuff. They start hiding your subscribers from your page. What happens is they hack them and hide them some kind of way because they don't be in my block list. Because I can go in my block list and those that are blocked, I can unblock them. Okay. They did it to one of my moderators. So that's why I say some of the vloggers on YouTube are pathetic. And the day of being able to hide behind these simp ass women, it's over. Okay. It's over. And you know how I know it's over? Because I heard somebody say that what we got to do is we got to start handling the people that they send out around them in order to get to them. That's going to be the easier task. Okay. I wonder how many of these women care more about these men that they probably never even met than they do their own freedom and family. I wonder. I wonder. I had said I was just gonna make this like a 45-minute live, and it was really, based on what I had seen on Double Taps. Shout out to Double Tap because, like I said, when I came in this morning from off of a case, I just happened to. I was laying in the bed. I just happened to log on, and he was on. He was on late, and like I said, I like Double Tap, and I saw where he was being hacked, and I heard him say even before I dozed off, because I dozed off. I heard him say, "That's all right. I'm gonna get whoever it is. I'm gonna get whoever it is." And when I got up this morning, my dog started barking so that I could let them out to use the restroom. And I saw where Kimberly had reached out to me on Facebook and said, "Double Tap wants you to come back in." Child, they had found they had did their research, okay? And but yeah, I like I said, I think it's a darn shame before God that people feel like that they can harass women and then feel like the police harass them, women that ain't stalk them and do and try to take them out, and then think the police doing them dirty. Okay, that's the reason why it's certain vloggers. When I see people have attached to them, I'll unsubscribe from them because I feel like that person is too low vibrational. If they don't see this energy that this person possesses, I deal with that now. It's just certain energies I can't entities. I don't look at. That's why when people say, "Did you hear what such and such threw shade at you?" I go, I don't look at that vlog. Period. I sure did not. I don't look at them. I sure didn't. So I can honestly say that when they ask me, because it's some people I just refuse to look at. And when they evil and I see people that I was supporting support them, I don't be having no issues with them. I just don't support them. Because I can't support people that support evilness. It's one thing if I've had an altercation with a person. I go, okay, well, me and that person, we had an we might have fallen out. It don't mean that that person is evil. It just means that they did something to me and I ain't messing with them. But when I see a person is evil, so I don't have no issues with that. With people talk about, I support that person. That's cool. But it's certain folks, they so sadistic and evil when they support them. I don't even want them on my channel. And I sure ain't coming to theirs. Because it makes me think that their energy dwells in them same places. Because there's certain people I can't look at just because of how evil they are. I can't. It disturbs my spirit. Not for entertainment, not for nothing. And Rose says, I'm not from Memphis, but I get on the platform that I know is good to speak and hear what they have to say and respectfully speaks on fact. Right, and Rose. Ronald says, the jealousy and envy for me, I can't do it. I can't either. I'm telling y'all, I was shocked. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I grew up around street dudes. I came from South Memphis. My cousins and them are hardcore street dudes in Memphis, a lot of them. Okay. So when I started getting on here and seeing these guys that identified themselves as street dudes coming at women, it was a shock to me because I was like, no, I grew up around these street dudes. I already know that they don't do that. They don't sit around and plot on how to come at a woman. They might sit around and quiet, think about how they're going to get in a woman's bed. And they ain't even got to do that, not think too hard. But to sit around and plot on how we gonna come up against a woman and take her out and harass her, real men don't do that. Real men don't do it. That's right, Miss T. They don't. They don't. 2024 Tamara, people don't care about family values. So what they will do to us. I feel you. I had to unsubscribe from a few channels and about to clean up the negative energy. You're right. I can't deal with the negative energies because if you're supposed to be vlogging about something, it ain't no need to be going and tearing other people down. Especially other vloggers. So it makes me think, what is your motive? We're on here to vlog, not to if I have to try and discredit another vlogger, then I'm real suspicious about people like that. Right. I gotta work hard to discredit somebody else. It's something ain't clean in the milk about that person, but people don't look at that. If I got on here every single day and I went at a vlogger, let's just say I got on here every single day and I got on here and I felt like I needed to get on here every day to discredit Double Tap. It's something wrong with that. Why would I even care about what he put on his channel? That is his channel. So why would I use my platform to dispute or discredit what he got on his channel, especially if he ain't talking about me? It's something that's abnormal about that. Everyone's perspective will always be different. Nobody within, right. Everybody's perspective will always be different, always. And so that's the reason why I said some of these vloggers on here are pathetic, and jealousy has driven them to destroy, except for they have destroyed, it has driven them to destroy themselves. Because you can't destroy a person that is protected by the Most High God. You cannot. You can't. Everything that you speak out on me and you ever try to do to me, it bounces back off of me and hits you and manifests in your very own life. You know, that's why when they say in the Bible, the word is like a double-edged sword. You have to be careful about what you speak out, because it'll bounce back and pierce you. That's that double-edged sword. When you speaking out evil stuff against a person that is protected and know how to meditate and go up into the spiritual realm, okay, and ascend into the spiritual realm, everything you speak out on them, every spell you put on them, every spell you think you gonna put on them, everything you do as far as magic, it manifests in your life, not theirs, because they protect it. So that's what it means. That's what the word means when it says the word is like a double-edged sword. Your very own words. You, the evil you spoke out against me is your very own destiny, because we send it right back to you. A lot of these people so damn stupid, they don't even know that they infested with jealousy. I don't deal with jealous people. I deal with people. I like people that have business minds, not look at other people and try to hijack their energy, try to copy everything they do. You can't compete with a person that you got to copy. You pathetic. If your mind tells you that it's something wrong with you. I like high vibrational people. They know who they are, even if they ain't where they gonna be. Because they so high vibrational, you already know they're gonna get there. Those are the type of people I like around me, because we exchange high energies. They are not energy vampires or drainers. Some people come to hijack your energy and drain you. They always low. It's something always wrong with them. They want everybody to feel sorry for them. They try to copy your energy. They want to be something that they ain't. Okay? Thank you, new to you, for the cash app. And so when they sitting around you, it used to be a lady that I used to talk to. She say she was a minister, but every time I talked to her, my head would start hurting. And when I started catching, I was like, dog, my head started hurting every time I talked to this lady. It was because she was so low vibrational. And I stopped talking to her. And that was on the phone. But when you deal with high vibrational people, they ain't got to have all the money in the world, because some people with a lot of money, low vibrational. But they got that high frequency going on. We stay high off of each other's supply, because I'm putting out the same thing that they putting out. That's how people ascend and they able to go far. Okay, because they dwell with people that put out the same frequency and energy that they put out. It ain't no flies and it ain't no nothing. They ain't watching nobody else to know what to say or nothing like that. They actually winners for real. Okay, and so they put out a frequency and I put out one. Got the same type of energy. Okay, that's when people say, you hear people say all the time, I have to be replenished. I need people around me where that replenish me. That's people that's on a high frequency. Because when you put out something to them, they on the same frequency that you on. They able to return it. That's why I say I don't deal with people that ain't that they yoke ain't equal. People don't even know what the yoke ain't equal mean. They think you're talking about, well, the yoke ain't equal because they ain't got more money than me. No, it don't mean that. Because they might not have no money, but their frequency is so high. As soon as they get a foothold, they're gonna get it, and they're gonna outrun anybody that's already got more money than them. Okay. Somebody named Wayne sent me a cash app. Thank you, Wayne. That's right. You pour into them, and they pour back into you. It's not superficial, nothing. Okay. They in tune, okay, to that spiritually third eye. And so they're able to see things that you ain't able to see. You have to have people around you that also knows how to protect you, because some things you might not be able to see. But when you got people around you that's high vibrational, they might say, "No, sis, wait a minute. You see that person that's coming right there? I don't know. I think you need to stay away from that." Or, "Oh, sis, there's gonna be some issues right there. Let's go another way." You probably didn't even see it, but because you got high vibrational people around you, y'all look out for each other. The problem is people are spiritual vampires now. They looking to try, and spiritual leeches, they looking to try and drain people of everything they got and hijack them of everything they got, right? And then they gone. Okay, they latch onto you like a leech. You got that right, CJ. They latch onto you like a leech. And as soon as they suck all of your energy, your good energy, your good ideas, and all of that out of you, and you drop to the ground, because they done suck you all of, like, all of your energy and stuff, you fall. You know, we're spiritual beings. They look down at you after they've sucked all of your good energy out of you, and they go, "Dog, I thought that she could take it, or I thought he could take it and step over you and go look for another supply and leech on to them." They've drained you dry. They ain't giving you nothing, because they're spiritually and morally bankrupt. They ain't got nothing to give you but a lie. Okay. Thank you, Travis. But a lie. And then after they suck all of your good energy, because some people are just good natured people. When they're givers, they don't know how to stop giving. And that's why I like that saying, givers got to have limits because takers don't. They got all your good energy, all of your good vibration. Okay. And they've left you with nothing. You in the hospital somewhere. And they've gone and latched on to some other good natured person. They live off of other people's supplies. That's what leeches do, right? They live off of blood. And that's how they do it. And so that's why I say about our community, what I was talking about as far with writing grants. I don't even deal with people that are not business minded. When people get to calling me and asking me about my services and stuff, I already know when I want to do business with them or not. I had a lady the other day, I kid you not. Now, there is a private investigative company that is a white private investigative company that makes millions of dollars. But they have a security company too. They have a limousine company. They rich white people. They make millions. Okay. And so there's another company, the guy that my mentor, he makes real good too. Okay. So there are a few other ones. So this person had reached out to me about my investigative services, right? I was kind of booked, okay? But I would have taken it. And so anyways, they decided to go with the white company, which was fine because I like that company. As a matter of fact, a lot of the stuff that I'm expanding and doing now, it is because I went and sat down with those people at that company. I didn't say, "Ooh, that's my competition." Hell no. How am I going to be in competition with some folks that's making 30 mil a year? I want to be a student. Okay? I want to be a student. Teach me, tell me. And you know the first thing that white man told me? You can do it too. But guess what? Little sister, that's what he said. Guess what, little sister? You're going to have to go up on your prices if they want it. They're going to pay for it. I said, but it's competitive with everybody else. He said, damn, everybody else. You don't have your prices a certain way just because you're being competitive with everybody else. You better than everybody else. That's how you have to look at it. If they want it, if it's for you, they're going to pay for it. You need to expand a little bit. And that's what we're doing. I knew it was for me. You know how I knew it was for me? Just like when my production company was for me, when I said I'm going to expand and I'm going to start offering this service and that service based on sitting down with them people that's making that 30 mil. They don't look at me as no competitor. Hell, because they know I ain't making nowhere near 30 million. Why would they even look at me? Oh, we're going to try to do this. We ain't going to tell her nothing. Now, F that, they've been making 30 million for years. Okay? When I started, I said, I'm going to expand. I'm going to get this equipment, that equipment to offer some more services. Guess what God did? This is how I know when stuff is for me. My mama said, what do you want for Christmas? I said, I don't know what I want, but do not get me no clothes. Don't get me no shoes. Don't get me nothing to put in my house. I don't want nothing other than something that's going to be beneficial to me. How about the equipment that I needed to expand? How about my mama and my sister and them? For Christmas, that's what they got me. Because I was like, okay, I need to get this because I'm gonna offer this service. It's gonna be $1,300. I'll start off with this one. And just based on the meeting that I had with this company that's supposed to be my competitor, but they ain't no competitor. I ain't competing with them at this time. They ain't trying to compete with me. Because you know what they say, you better get yours, the money out there, because we getting ours. A whole white company, and you got these niggas on here scrapping for $2,000 and $3,000 a month, getting federal cases for $2,000 and $3,000, $4,000 a month. I'd be a damn fool to ever compete for something like that. I'm trying to get 30 million. I don't have no first floor mentality. I always take the elevator to the top tier floor, to the top floor. And it's a darn shame that these bottom feeders on here want to try to keep you in the basement all the time. Okay? So then my mama and them bought the equipment. All of the equipment. Every bit of it. And then guess what happened? I got a contract. Okay? So when something is for me, that's the reason why I be so damn tired now. It falls in your lap. And guess what? A devil in hell can't stop it. When it's for you, you're going to get it. What you could do is get yourself in trouble trying to block a person from getting it. I don't know how these folks think they God. Whatever is going on in a person's life now, it was because it was already predestined for it to happen to them. They just raised their vibration enough to get to it because it was already there waiting on them. They just raised their vibration and got on their path and got to it. And any demon that thought that they was going to step in away from, that's why there's a lot of folks in their grave now, because they thought that they was going to play God and step in the way of something that was already predestined for a person. They could have been living to this very day if they had just left them folks alone. Because if God says it, if it's predestined, you gonna get it. No man born of woman can stop it. They can stop themselves. Because regardless to whether you believe in God or not, there is a higher power. And so because it was predestined, that higher power steps in and move you by any means necessary. And that's the reason why a lot of these niggas croaked out now up under some dirt. Because they so jealous-hearted and pathetic. They thought they was going to stop something that God had already predestined for a person. Okay, you won't move? Then we're going to move. You'll be removed permanently. When all they had to do was stay on their path and in their own damn lane. If I got food on my plate, ain't nowhere in the world I'm gonna be watching nobody else plate. Not unless, like I did with that company that's making that 30 million. I looked over at they plate and said, "Can I have some? Can you show me how I can get some of it?" Show can, sister. And that's an all-white company. Show can. This is what you need to do. They don't look at me as no damn competitor. I didn't try to stop them. Ooh, nah, I'm humble. Can I have some of that? Can I have some of y'all steak? Can you show me how to get some of that big steak? That's what real business-minded people do. Okay? Well, folks, you ain't have to go to them. You could have did it yourself if I knew how to do it. I got sense enough to know if I knew how to do it, I would have been doing it. Now I need to know if they'll show me a strategy. Okay? Show me how to get into some of them doors. And guess what? They told me. It wasn't like nobody, I ain't gonna do it. Same thing with them grants. When I started saying, well, look here, because most people charge 20%. Hey, I can write you up a grant. You're gonna get some grants. If I write them up, you're gonna get them. You might not get everyone. I know where to go, who to contact. I got the connections with the people. I've got the certifications to write them. So each grant you get, I get my 10% on the back end, because you niggas ain't got no money to pay me on the front end. It depends on how much. Why you got to get 10% of my grant? That's mine. Okay, you ain't getting no grant, because you gonna have to go pay somebody else. You ain't gonna get it through me. I'm supposed to work for hours, reach out to my contacts. I go get certifications and I get nothing. Yeah, but I just want to know why you got to get 10% of every grant, because they different grants, bitch. You get 3-4 grants coming up in this motherfucker for $15,000-$20,000 and I get nothing? And it was my talent that got it. I ain't working with you. No. I don't mean I ain't booked. I ain't working with you. If I get any pushback, bitch, it's because you don't know business. I ain't working with you. So you go find one of them white grant writers that's gonna say, I want 20%, and you gonna pay me up front. Because I already know I'm gonna get you. I know you ain't got no money. I give you grace and get it on the back end. They want it on the front end. They don't care how much you got. I'm a damn businesswoman. Well, just tell me how you write them. Lady, get up out my office. The game is to be sold, not told. You go figure it out. I'm trying to help you. Go take your grant writing class. I tell you that. That's what I did. Go take you some classes. Go connect with the people that give out the money. Go do that. Go get in some of these groups. I pay to be in some of these circles because I know that's where the money is. And I'm going to do all that when they have these functions. You think I want to pay $300-$400 for a plate to be in somebody's house? Hell no. But I already know these the people that's making some stuff shake, and I need to be shaking hands with them. And I'm going to do all that for you for nothing? No, I ain't doing business with you. And that's the reason why our community, well, now I ain't mean no harm. I don't care if you didn't mean no harm. You gave me some pushback and I ain't doing no business with you. I'm booked. Because sure as them grants start coming in, it's going to come up again. Now, why you say you got to be paid this? Bitch, I don't do business with people that don't know business. Okay? That don't understand business, that's got that crabs in a bucket mentality. You're gonna have to raise your vibration to be around me, because we get some money. And if I say this is my price, I can walk you into this. That's my damn price. You would think they would be grateful. And it ain't nothing illegal, because I don't do no federal time for no niggas. So that's why when they get time, well, I ain't got this. You got your office? No, I ain't got no office. Well, you're gonna need to go get you an office. Oh, can't you write up? Listen, I don't know. I ain't got nothing to do. That's between you and the feds, what you do with the money when you get it. Because it's gonna be legal. But in order for me to start writing up this stuff, you gonna have, and I'm gonna verify you got what you said, because I ain't going to jail for you. You think I'm gonna work on this side and then go cross over to the other side for you? No. Oh, she ain't no good. That's what I'm talking about. Like black people, y'all. That's the reason our community is in the shape that it's in. Instead of saying, "Well, Miss Tam, what? Tell me everything I need to do." You need to go get you an office, even if you got to rent a little space in somebody else's office. You need to have you a damn head office. You need to get out here and do this, this, and that. I tell you how to get it. You need to be doing it because that's the type of person that I am. But I ain't get ready to lie on no applications for you. But I'll show you what you need to do so you can win. But our community always wants somebody to give them something and then get in trouble like some of these folks doing, done, getting it for them. That's right. And today's price ain't yesterday's price. That's right. You definitely gonna pay. I don't let nobody pimp my gifts. What I look like going to somebody saying, "Well, listen here, you can pay me on the back end. This is my fee." But guess what? I know about grant. I know about these grants, and I know the people. But you got to make sure everything lines up. I'm not getting ready to destroy my credibility with people that give out money to lie for you on an application. I'm gonna tell you what you need to do. Well, can't you just tell me who the people is and I can go to them? Get out my office. Get out my office. Get out my office. Get out my office, and I block your number. I'll block a number in a minute. I got somebody call me other day. They done went and got them a new number or something because girl, I've been calling you. I said to myself, I blocked her. I said, oh, okay, okay. Have you? I be calling you and it goes straight to voicemail. I said, I ain't want to lie to her. Because I mean, I knew I had blocked. I just said, and didn't say nothing else about it. And then she was still on the same thing. Bitch, you ain't pimping my gifts. If you gonna be on TV to promote your whatever you got going on in Memphis, you gonna pay me for that airtime and for my production. That's what you gonna do. I'm supposed to, I pay dearly for that airtime on TV. I'm supposed to give it to you for nothing and produce your stuff, and you promote your business at my expense, and I pay for it or make nothing. I don't get no profit. Girl, it's one thing when a person say, well, look here, can we work out something? You know, is there any wiggle room to negotiate? If there's some wiggle room, I'll say, sit down right here on the other side of my desk. Let's talk. But if I'm already giving them a deal at the lowest price, no, it ain't no wiggle room. It sure ain't. And see, that's what I'm talking about. People want everything and they want it at your expense in our community. Well, what white folks, all they want to know, can you do the job? Okay, well, do you take credit cards? No, ma'am, I don't take credit cards no more. In which I ain't never in my life, I never had no issues with no damn credit cards until I started taking them from these damn hood rats that want to know where their boyfriend is. They want to play games and cancel, do a charge back and act like they don't know where the payment came from all the years I've been in business. So I don't take credit cards no more. Okay, I take them from lawyers. I did take credit card from a lawyer, and you better believe it ain't been no charge back. And I told her, I said, look here. She said, you already know you can report me to the bar. You know it ain't gonna be no chargebacks. I said, I know it. Okay. But I'm still old fashioned. I take a check. Because you know you have to physically give me that check. Okay. And my little daughter be working for me part-time sometimes. I send her right on to the bank. I said, go on to the bank, Brailsy. Go on to the bank and cash it. Don't put it in my bank account. You go on because she can take it on to the bank. The other private investigators don't take nothing but cash. That's all they take, cash. That company that make $30 million, they got lawyers that work in their building. So they love it when somebody come and do chargebacks and play games like that. That's how they get rich. What they do is they have their lawyer to sue them. Not only are you going to pay them for their chargeback, you're going to pay them a fee. You're going to pay for their lawyer. They're going to tack all types of fees on it. That's how they get rich. But they got the lawyers they got the money to have the lawyers on staff to play them type of games with them. You're going to pay them, when you get through, you're going to be able to pay them 4 times. That's how they're getting that $30 million a year. They just like the credit card companies. The credit card companies don't get rich off of you paying your bill every month. They get rich. They bet on you missing a payment off of the late fees. Ronald Gray says, yeah, she is a true Leo. We love money only to help others. I'm telling you, I help people in a minute. I do, because I have people say, look, you could just write grants for just write grants for yourself. And a few people, with bigger organizations that you trust, don't deal with these niggas. Because they'll have you hemmed up. And that's one of the reasons why I don't really write grants like that. It could be real lucrative because I know how to do it and I know where to go to get it. But I always have to look over my shoulder. Okay, even though I check this out and they got this going on, it might not even be real. I ain't get ready to be up under investigation. And the first thing they'll do is like, well, I told her, she told me that they'll have you in all types of stuff. Our people got to do better. Yep, our people got to do better. Anyways, y'all, I got to get off of here and start making. I told y'all what I'm doing for Super Bowl, right? My cousins are gonna come over. I'm not gonna put out all my wine. I gotta, y'all know what? I got that Jack Daniel over there, and y'all stop. I got that Jack Daniel. What's wrong? I use that for hot toddies and stuff, that brandy and stuff. I don't drink it. I just be using for hot toddies, but I'm gonna put the wine and stuff out, but I'm not gonna put out too much because you know how Negroes are. They don't like to leave until the liquor gone. Okay. They don't care if all the food ate up. They don't care if it's 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Always steal some liquor over there. They ain't gonna leave until it's gone. Until you say, take the motherfucking liquor with you and go home. Just take it. Go. They'll lead in. Okay, yeah, cuz we gone. Get out. Get out. I said get out. Okay. Miss T, get your family that new Blackberry. Oh, the new Blackberry. I said I was gonna. It's warm enough for me to walk up there. It's a liquor store in my community where they, a little spirit and wine thing. I'm gonna walk up there to the market because I need to walk my puppies, and then I could walk over there to the liquor store. And you said Blackberry. Let me take a picture of it. But see, if they get drunk, so what do you drink with that? So what do you put in the blackberry and Crown? What should I buy with that? A Sprite? I get them drunk. They might not want to leave, but I'm gonna just. I already told them though. Everybody got to be gone by 10. So what do you put in black? So what do you get to go with blackberry Crown, or is it something that you drink by yourself? By itself, it's a real good one. I mix with mixer. Okay. Now what I am gonna do is I got some pineapples and I cut them. I get fresh pineapples and with the circles. Um, and I take a toothpick and put it in the pineapples, and I take a real big punch bowl and put vodka in it, and I put the pineapples in the bowl. And so what they're able to do is take the pineapples and pick them up with the toothpick. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. I have a phobia. I don't mean no harm. Everybody have a pet peeve. I have a pet peeve and a phobia about double dipping. I can't stand to have like rotel and have this big bowl. And instead of folks taking like a plastic spoon and putting it in a smaller salsa, or taking like I got some small cups, taking that pineapple and picking it up and putting it in a cup, they standing over it, double dipping over the damn bowl. Oh, that makes my flesh crawl. It makes me mad as hell. So I probably need to put up some little notes. That's what I'm gonna do. Put up no double dipping next, up there on the bar. So they'll be reminded, because they already know my nerves and stuff real bad. I don't ask for much. Just don't double dip in my house. That's nasty. You standing over my food and stuff constantly. You bite a chip, and then instead of getting a little small salsa and putting a dip in it, you standing over taking your chip and biting it and putting it back in the damn bowl. That makes me mad as hell. Uh, so Grey Goose. So Grey Goose go with cranberry. I need to decide on. Okay, so Grey Goose is a white liquor, right? Is Grey Goose a white liquor, or is it a brown liquor? What is Grey Goose? A white or a brown? Yes, it is, Miss Cat Eyes. Yes, it is. Okay, so Grey Goose is a white liquor, and you say I need to put cranberry juice in it. About cranberry juice for it. Okay, so it's a white liquor. Okay. And so what do they drink with vodka? Y'all said cranberry. You drink cranberry juice with vodka? Y'all know I drink wines. Cranberry grape. Let me take a picture of that so I won't forget. I want to run up there to the market. I'm gonna take a picture. You said cranberry, grapefruit, or tonic. I'm gonna take a picture of that. Okay. Um, Pineapple and orange juice. Okay. So the pineapple and orange juice go in the vodka. I'm gonna take a picture of that so I can get either one of those. Cranberry or orange juice. So what goes in the brown liquor? A Coke? For that blackberry vodka, she was saying, what do I put in that? A Coke? A dash of a Sprite? Okay. Cause I was gonna get some pineapple juice and put some Sprite in there, and it'd be good with no liquor. Pineapple juice and Sprite. Coke, Coke for brown liquor. Okay, let me take a picture of that. Coke for brown liquor. Coke for brown liquor. Bitters, Coke, or hot toddy with lemon and honey. I've been drinking hot toddies, but I put lemon in it and honey and turmeric and cinnamon, and I just make it real hot. And that's what I was, I've had that Jack Daniel and stuff up there since I had COVID the first time. So I don't know if it's spoiled or not because a lot of that have not been open. I'm gonna hide it because I need that. I be using it for my colds and stuff. That brandy. Nene Loyal says I like wine too, but I like Douce. So is Douce a white liquor? Is it Douce? Douce? So it's Douce or Douce or whatever. Is that a brown liquor or a white liquor? Oh, she said it's age. Okay, because I was thinking about that. I was like, I had that Jack Daniel and that brandy since I had COVID, like almost 2 years ago. I don't know if it's gonna spoil or what. I was like, I need to check the expiration date. Okay, brown is Douce. Douce. Oh, okay, it's Douce. So I'll probably get a brown liquor, a little small brown liquor. I do know the vodka I put into the punch bowl, and I started putting the circle pineapples in that. And I started doing that. When I used to work, when I was working, for the police department, police officers always having parties. They're a bunch of damn drunks. And one of the officers there had that. And I always like that. I do that too now. Get fresh pineapples, circled pineapples, the rings, and put them in fill the bowl up with vodka and put and you don't y'all know, and see, I'm gonna have to put a note by that too, because that's gonna piss me off. Even though I take my time and put toothpicks in the pineapples, them niggas take their damn hands and want to pick a pineapple up with their hands. I don't play stuff like that. My nerves ain't good enough for that. Miss Tamara, we was waiting to know what you're gonna do for Tupelo. That's where we're from. I'm working on I told y'all that. I'm working on I spoke about the case and did I say something? Because I'm scared to say something because that case is supposed to be top secret. I don't remember saying anything about I was working a situation from around Tupelo. But it's a cold situation. But it happened from up. I don't remember talking about that on here. It happened in Memphis. I need to call her too. I'm scared to say something because it's a lot of. I got family down there. Okay, he said we will wait then. Okay. Yeah, because that's one of those cases without me saying too much about it. That's a case once I wrap up and that's what I'm doing. I'm working on it. I'm scared to say because I don't remember talking about that case on here. That makes me real paranoid. But maybe I did because I said I was gonna have the person on, and I am once we finish the investigation. But that right there is gonna blow y'all mind as it relates to that. It's that one. Oh, okay. I brought it up and then I started to, okay. Well, that's a case that I'm working on, and that's a real case, right? That one is the next one on the agenda. And then a lot of people, there's another case, you guys, from like down in New Orleans. After I finished with that one that happened around Tupelo, that is a cold case. And y'all gonna I'm going to actually do like a documentary on that case from around Tupelo, because I've already had the family to come to my studio and we already did some video on it. And it's a lot of stuff that I have going on that I don't talk about, especially stuff like that. There is another case from down in New Orleans. It was a really big case, not C Murder's case, because that's one I want to work on. But this case was a really big case, and this guy has been in jail, and he is absolutely innocent. I'm gonna be working on that one too. I got his mother had called me yesterday, and I told her that the case around Tupelo, I'm working on that one, and then after we finish that one, because I just believe like what happened with that case in Tupelo. Once we get what we gonna get, they're gonna be able to sue some people, as they should. Okay, they're gonna be able to sue. I ain't gonna say which police department, because it actually happened outside of Tupelo, but they mishandled it because it was COVID and some more stuff. Tamara, did you hear about the case in Alvin, Texas? 2 dead, 1 wounded a couple weeks ago. That was my friend. I didn't hear about that. I'm gonna have to look at that. Oh wow. It made it nationwide. I haven't read about that one. Nene Lawyer says, I hope you can work on C Murder. Yeah, C Murder's case is one that I've been wanting to work on. And I will, if he's open, if he will be open to it. But I got 2 in front of him. The one in Tupelo is next, and I want to try to. I have some other investigators that have volunteered to work with me, which is good, because everything as it relates to like working with these families, everything is always on the back end. So sometimes it's hard because it's a lot of hours and stuff. But I've got 2 that are very good that have agreed to work with me, and then after that, it's the case in Louisiana where the young man has been in jail for 25 years for a crime that he did not commit, and they know he didn't commit it. And think about it, it was national, and they really misled people on that. So I can't wait to start telling the truth, putting out the truth, like on that. And okay, Jay South. And then C Murder's case. I would love it. I would love to. And I'm surprised that like lawyers and like other investigators, especially those that are kind of what you call famous, I'm surprised they haven't taken on C Murder's case. But I wouldn't. One thing that I have learned about Louisiana is that I wouldn't get a lawyer from Louisiana, and I wouldn't use and I don't mean no harm. I wouldn't use an investigator from down there, because they're all a part of that system. And even if they want to help you, in order for them to continuously get work, they they sell out people, or they don't investigate like they should. They omit stuff, or they turn the blind eye to a lot of stuff when certain people are involved. And they've messed a lot of those black men, and I'm sure some white ones too, but it mainly affects the black men, because Louisiana got those old French laws, and some people had gotten mad at me about, what I was saying about C Murder. C Murder did not commit that crime. And I'm not saying that because I'm some big C Murder fan, because I feel like people should pay for what they do. I really hate that happened to Stephen Thomas. I'm not one of those ones to sit up and say, well, he was 16, he shouldn't have been in the club. No, I would never say that, because he was a human being, because we've all been 16 and we've all been places that we should not have been. So I would never say that. But C Murder did not commit that crime. And I'm not fanned out or anything like that. He did not do it. It's a lot of corrupt stuff that went on. When people start saying, well, why Master P won't get his brother out? Master P don't have the power to get his brother out. Master P don't have the power to get his brother out. He might have the money to try to get some people to represent him, but he don't have the power. And for the person who came into my comments and said, well, his girl, the girl he was messing with at the time, said, when I heard her on Tasha K, when she came on Tasha K, and she said that. Now, I ain't saying, the only thing I say is she waited all these years to say that. She waited until he went public with his relationship with Monica while he's in jail to say that. What prompted her after all these years? She didn't open a damn mouth when it counted. How come she didn't say nothing then? Said that he didn't do it, but he told somebody else to do it. That don't even sound right to me. Okay, so you're a part of the problem. Why you wait till he go public with his relationship with Monica to go on Tasha K and say it? I don't believe it. She don't have no credibility to me. I think it's a travesty of justice as it relates to even the young man's family. It's not fair to them that the state of Louisiana has done this to them, and they really need to really work with C Murder and sue the state of Louisiana. I'm talking about the family, because they should be compensated big time. Because from my understanding, the young man that did this, he did confess, I believe, or something like that. But I'm hearing that he's no longer alive, so they definitely not gonna get justice now. So of course they need Stephen Thomas's family need to own the state of Louisiana for playing with them like this, because they haven't gotten justice. That was and that's the way that they played with people, off the hook girls. They showed C Murder firing a gun that was at a completely different club, a completely different incident. And we don't know if he fired the gun or not. I just saw him take the gun out and point it, but that was not at the club. That was not the incident that happened with Stephen Thomas. And those are the games that they was able to play. That was a completely separate incident, and he served a separate time for that. And I guess he been through serving it. That was a completely different case, but that's how they played with people. Yeah, that was Mississippi. The state of Mississippi flat out killing them people. They killing them inmates. I don't know why they see. I'm trying to figure out why and it's not in the media like it should be. Why they killing them in? What is going on? I'm trying to figure out what benefits do they get. It's got to be an organs type situation. They don't like it when you talk about. No, sometimes you could be railroaded. You don't. You it could be fake proof, because they had Mac in jail for 21 years for something that they know he didn't commit. Hell, um, Petty Gang Travis says, "Damn, you be on the facts." Yeah, it's got to be like some type of organ situation going on. They be trying to monitor me when I started talking about that organ stuff. Cause y'all, that was a whole. I wanted to talk. That was a whole. Remember that warehouse in Chicago? It was a whole meat house with nothing but, unalived humans or ex-humans or whatever, unalived people in there, and they had parts that was missing. Nobody talks about that warehouse that was in Chicago. When I started talking about it, they want to try to monitor me. So I guess you two working with them. Yeah, they've been trying to depopulate for years. I think Kanika Jenkins' mother should have gotten way more too. I'm telling you. That's the reason why you have to be careful about when, they pit these, and I'm sure just like the music industry working with the private prisons, I'm sure they might be working with some of these folks that be wanting these organs. Why are they pitting these black boys against each other like that? I know for the insurance money and stuff too, but let's just be for that's okay, because I could really get deep into that. They blew up the Georgia gas stones. Those stones show way of life to keep humanity under 500 million, and there was a hole in one of the stones. You could see Polaris, the North Star. It never moves. Oh wow. Hmm. Yeah, Louisiana is crooked. Louisiana is the only state that still operate up under French laws. Whereas if you are convicted, if they find that there is corruption, if they find that anything after you are convicted, your it could never be overturned. So you trying to tell me that you convict the person, and if you find out there was police corruption, if you find out you got the wrong man, they don't overturn it? Those French laws should have been overturned. And it's going to take the citizens of the state of Louisiana to come together and start kicking out politicians that won't do it. But see, you know, it only affects the black people, so nobody else is concerned about it. So that's why I said black people are going to have to unite down there. Stop putting what you're going to donate on your driver's license, right? Because there was a young man who did a documentary. His name was Tariq Nasheed or something like that, called, it wasn't in Living Colors. It was, I forgot the name of it. It was in Living, oh God, what's the name of Tariq Nasheed's documentary? It ain't in Living Colors, but it's almost something similar to that. Tariq Nasheed, look him up if you ain't heard of him. Ronald, exactly. You put organ donor on license, they're gonna come for you. Yeah, a lot of rappers are investing in the New York prisons. Yes, they are. And they doing it for a reason. They doing it for a reason. But anyways, you guys, I'm gonna get off because I gotta get off. I need to walk my dogs, and I need to walk. I need to go ahead. I'm doing tacos and stuff, so it don't take long. But I need to walk up to the market and to the liquor store. Okay. But anyways, I might get back on tonight, because I told them everything in at 10 because they can't stay here. That's what it is. Hidden Colors. That's what it is. Hidden Colors. That is a good documentary. Hidden Colors. I mean, and he's made like 2 or 3 of them. Hidden Colors 1, 2, and 3. Y'all go check that out. I promise you. It talk about the Moors. It talk about everything. It talks about history. I love anything to talk about history, but definitely talk about what we was just talking about. Okay. But anyways, you guys, I love you guys. I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you can support the channel via Cash App. You guys enjoy yourself, enjoy your families, enjoy your time with the Super Bowl or whatever. I love you guys. I'll speak with you later.